Bald eagles. They're big.
I mean, if you can think about a 7-foot wingspan, standing nearly 3 feet high, that majesty is something in itself.
They're bold.
The bald eagle reminds us to be ever vigilant, to protect the things that are important to us, whether it's our homes, our families, our country, our freedom, or the environment that we share with these amazing birds.
And they're back.
During my lifetime, I've seen eagles change in our state from being a rarity, something that you could see occasionally at river dams, to something that is a regular part of the winter landscape here.
Eagles are amazing animals, now relatively common in Missouri. They are seen particularly in winter, in the skies over our abundant lakes and rivers. Their primary food is fish. The sight of a diving eagle making a dramatic swooping catch repeatedly thrills many an onlooker. And they are not bald. The bald in their name goes back to an Old English word for white. It's only after 4 or 5 years that they get those bright white heads. Both the males and the females sport this striking plumage. Combining this classic white head with the fierce yellow of the beak, the intensity of the eyes, and the powerful talons, you get a very charismatic bird, a creature worthy of being America's national symbol. But we almost lost the bald eagle. In the 1940s, the widespread deployment of an insecticide known as DDT worked miracles at halting the spread of mosquitoes and mosquito-borne diseases. But the unintended consequence was a profound effect on bird reproduction, particularly the bald eagle. Bald eagles were effectively extinct in Missouri by the early 1960s.
I think the last known nest in Missouri was something like 1964. And the eagles abandoned the nest, and they did take the eggs and analyze them, and they found out the shells were thin from DDT. So it seemed that indeed DDT was part of the reason that eagles were extirpated as nesters in Missouri. But DDT was banned in 1972. The banning of DDT was probably the biggest thing of all that enabled these eagles to come back.
Much of the story of the eagle's restoration in Missouri is reflected in these eyes. This is Phoenix. She's considered an avian ambassador, a link between the world of the wild eagle and our own. For more than 25 years, she has thrilled audiences at Eagle Days events throughout the state. Started in 1979 by the Missouri Department of Conservation to educate the public and celebrate the eagle's return, Eagle Days events have become a winter staple across the state. And as the eagle population grows, so do the Eagle Days events and celebrations. Hundreds of thousands of people have thrilled at the sight of not only eagles in the wild, but eagles up close as well. And though Phoenix is the star attraction at many of those events, she started her life's journey high in a tree in the great north woods of Wisconsin.
Well, we brought in mainly young bald eagles, like I say, about 6 weeks of age, not only Wisconsin, also a few from Minnesota, and for a couple of years we went to Alaska and brought them down here. And we released 74 bald eagle eaglets, young birds, newly fledged birds, from hacking towers. Okay, so we built basically artificial nests. One of the eagles that didn't make it in our release program was Phoenix. And we found Phoenix was dehydrated, near death, and had to be taken into captivity. So Phoenix was nourished and brought back to health, rehabilitated by the folks at the Dickerson Park Zoo. It had gotten imprinted to the point it could never be released.
Phoenix is a female. She weighs 14.5 pounds. Phoenix was one of the 74 that was brought here. She did her very first Eagle Days program here at Squaw Creek in 1989. I love to see the kids and the excitement in their faces. The cell phones come out. People come back year after year to show me pictures that they had taken the previous year of Phoenix. And it makes such a difference, because if people don't get to see these animals, they might not appreciate them in the same way and want to care for them. I think education is a huge part of the success story of the bald eagle.
Seeing Phoenix or another eagle ambassador close up at an event allows an astonishing view of this amazing creature. The sharp beak, designed for tearing flesh or fish. The expandable throat, capable of ingesting large chunks of fish. Those intense eyes, protected from the sun by a sharp bony brow, and periodically cleaned by a clear inner eyelid. Eagle-eyed vision is no joke. They are reputed to have vision 4 times sharper than perfect human sight, able to notice the rustle of a rabbit or the ripple of a fin from hundreds of feet up. And those raptor talons with a sure grip, useful in snatching slippery fish from the water. Humans reportedly have a grip strength of 20 pounds per square inch. A mature eagle clamps down with an incredible 450 pounds per square inch of force. The name bird of prey is certainly fitting. With harmful pesticides banned and increasing habitat opportunities along area lakes, the effort to restore the bald eagles in the state of Missouri began.
We had lots of help. We had support of the Conservation Department, of course. We had support of the Fish and Wildlife Service. A lot of these were involving national wildlife refuges. Okay, so we built basically artificial nests, confined the flightless eaglets, in them until they were able to fly, based on the theory that they would then return to where they first flew to nest.
The effort began in the early 1980s. By the end of that decade, the results were evident. The hacked eagles were staying in Missouri to nest. The restoration was a resounding success.
With the incredible efforts of all kinds of professionals at state agency and volunteer and not-for-profit levels, all these folks came together under the framework that was provided by this Endangered Species Act designation as an endangered species. The recovery has happened. There's something that we Missourians routinely see, and it's just really, really exciting to me.
Eagles were removed from the federal endangered species list in 1995 and removed from the threatened list in 2007. In Missouri and the rest of the nation, the bald eagle was brought back from the brink of extinction. It's a success we celebrate each winter at Eagle Days events around the state.
The reason why we see eagles in such great numbers this time of year is because when the rivers, lakes, and streams up north freeze over, it brings the birds south. And they're looking for that open water, and the lock and dam system right here is great for that.
Oh man, it's so great. That's the best part of it, is watching the reaction. A lot of these kids have never seen a bald eagle. It's a great experience for everybody.
It's a family reunion. It's everybody that has even a passing interest about eagles coming and having it fulfilled way beyond whatever their imaginings were. And it's a shot in the arm for river communities that could really use the tourism, especially in the middle of January. I've always been of the belief that in the long run, the interests of fish and wildlife and if people are the same thing. Healthy environment, space, all these things are so important, and we got it right with eagles. We really did.
The bald eagle is more than a symbol of our national character. By bringing this iconic species back from the brink of extinction, it now represents a symbol of our success, a symbol of what is important to us as a people and how we can work together to protect it. And the measure of that success is seen each winter, not only in the eyes of children encountering these majestic creatures, but in the intense eyes of the eagles themselves.